Hello, and thank you so much for joining me again. Today we're going to talk about 3 more tips that you can do quickly and easily to maximize the amount of breast tissue that your baby has in their mouth for a more comfortable and more efficient breastfeeding latch. My name is Kitty Hackle. I'm a registered nurse, but also an international board certified lactation consultant, and I love helping support you to learn to not only grow, but also birth and nourish your babies comfortably and with empowerment. So let's talk about my top 3 tips on how you can maximize your baby's latch. So if you haven't already seen my previous video on 3 tips that you can use, make sure and check that out first, where we talk about the way that your baby should be approaching from a here up angle. And now we're going to talk about your baby's full body movement. So one of the things that I see in terms of new mummas finding their way and making it a bit more tricky for themselves and really getting in the way of your baby having a good latch is having their baby on their lap with their bodies facing this way and baby's head turned to the breast. So tip number 1 would be check your baby's alignment. You would never turn to drink your drink. You would drink it straight on. Our babies like to have that nice straight alignment too. So if you find yourself in a position whereby you are doing this, lift up your baby's nappy area and bring them so that they are tummy to mummy. And this goes for whatever position you're in, even if your baby is upside down. If they are in a rugby hold position, making sure that they are in that nice straight alignment, tucking in their bottom area can really help. The next thing is if you notice that your baby hasn't got their chin snuggled into their breast, maybe their nose is a little bit squashed, have a little look at where their bottom area is and think of tucking that bottom in. And you can see almost immediately when I tuck the bottom in, the nostrils become free, the chin snuggles into the breast that little bit more. So from this angle here, you're looking at a baby who's latching on, maybe they've got great alignment, but their nose is snuggled into the breast. So let's see what happens when we bring baby's bottom down and snuggle it in. Baby's head comes away from the breast. So that avoids that real nose compression. It's also really important to remember that our babies will let us know. Their noses are not made of that kind of hard substance, the same as us. They have cartilage, that really soft tissue. So your baby's nostrils can flare out to the side. If they're uncomfortable, they will also just let you know. They'll be cross, they'll pop off the breast and you can try again. So that tip number 1 is check baby's alignment. Tip number 2 is to snuggle their bottom in. The next thing that I would really encourage you to do is to check where your baby's hands are. Our babies love to get their hands involved, and this is a really beautiful thing, but it can also be frustrating if you and your baby are just learning together and maybe struggling with latch. So if you notice your baby's just trying to get their hands involved and put them in front here, any sort of a gap that's stopping you from being close in lovely alignment and really snuggled in with your baby with all things touching, head, shoulders and hips, is going to interfere with how close of a latch your baby can get at the breast. So if you find your baby's getting their hands involved, consider instead helping them to hug the breast so that they can get in closer and get that nice deep attachment. I hope you found some of these tips helpful. Let me know if you give them a try in the comment section down below.